Welcome to another episode of Non-Toxic Conversations. I'm Sam, your host, and I'm with Nikki, your co-host. And today we're going to talk about one of our most recent blog posts that talks all about food for detoxification. So we hope that today's episode brings you value. And obviously at Balanced Friends, we care deeply about toxins and empowering you to get toxins out of your body naturally. So Nikki will take it away with the first food that helps us aid in detoxification naturally.
Yes, and I'm actually currently on day 2 of our Liver Detox Bootcamp. So this will be super fun because I'm hungry right now. I'm just going through all the foods. But number 1, we have leafy greens. So think kale, spinach, arugula, bok choy, anything, leafy greens. But yeah, they're packed with chlorophyll, so that helps detoxify your liver, just kind of by neutralizing harmful toxins and chemicals. They're also great for supporting healthy digestion. And obviously you want to get your bowels moving and everything moving so that you're getting stuff out of your body healthily.
Absolutely. I think that's one thing or one area where people really lack is that fiber. And fiber is so important. And fiber is found in a lot of foods, but definitely in those leafy green veggies. We need to be using the bathroom at least once a day to properly detox. It's a big part of detoxification. And really, Nikki, in our practice, we see a lot of clients with these gut imbalances and they're not using the bathroom or having regular bowel movements daily like they should. And so these toxins are just, they're not getting out of the system. So really, when you correct the gut, it also is really closely related in detoxification. It's just a different pathway, but these foods that are high in fiber really will help keep things moving through your system. And Nikki, what would be one of your favorite ways to incorporate leafy greens into your diet? Because I feel like you either love them or you don't love them. So
Yes.
what's your technique?
So for me, I definitely in smoothies. My husband and I will have our smoothies every morning. So we'll put, just some spinach or kale or whatever we have in there in the morning. And then also with dinner, I'll get bok choy. I really didn't even know what bok choy was until about a year or two ago. It just was never something that I grew up eating or anything like that. But I'll get like baby bok choy, cut them in half and use some coconut aminos and put them in the oven for a little bit, which is kind of sounds a little strange, but it's really good. Just have it as a side. And yeah, that's
good idea. Or even like a side salad is easy for a lot of people too.
Yeah.
But coconut aminos, if you guys don't know what that is, like it's really so good. It's such a great replacement for something like soy sauce. If you're trying to do away with soy, or if you have like an allergy or sensitivity to soy, then coconut aminos is really seriously so good. And you know what surprises me? So I also do smoothies in my family as well. And it surprises me that like you can put so much like spinach in there. You can't even taste it because the fruit just really helps to mask it. Like even my toddlers, I have a 2 and a 3-year-old. Actually, no, he's 4 now. But anyways, I know it happens all so fast, but they have grown up loving smoothies as well. And I don't know if some of that stems from, their like pureed foods or what, but they even enjoy the smoothie too. I think that's the best ways to add in more leafy greens. Okay, Nikki, what is another food that we can eat to help us with our detoxification?
So number 2 is going to be cruciferous vegetables. And I actually was just looking up because I hear cruciferous vegetables all the time. And I was like, you know what? I don't actually know exactly which ones fall under cruciferous vegetables and which would be like leafy greens. So I was actually looking up like the difference. But think your broccoli, your cauliflower, your Brussels sprouts. But yeah, so they're a great option to add in. Just kind of like any vegetable that we were kind of talking about before, like it's just going to help clear out your system, aid in that detoxification process. And then Brussels sprouts and a lot of other cruciferous vegetables are rich in, I may say this wrong, but glucosinolates. Am I saying that one right?
That's how I would say it too.
Yes. But that aids in your detoxification process in your phase 2 liver detoxification. So just a great option. And there's so many ways to eat those as well. I know Brussels sprouts has been a big trendy thing. Anytime I go out to restaurants, I think it's like sriracha or some sort of hot chili Brussels sprouts that you can do in the air fryer or in the oven. Has that good crunch and yeah, very tasty.
I love Brussels sprouts. That's actually one of the veggies that we eat a lot in our family. They're so good. They're good in the air fryer. You can roast them in the oven. There's so many ways you can eat it. My husband's not a huge fan of broccoli. My daughter is, and
there
I like it.
That seems backwards, I feel like.
I know, but he's like, please don't. He's like, cook me carrots and peas. Don't give me the broccoli. But I think it is interesting. Veggies in general are good for you. Everybody knows that, but there are certain ones in a certain family of veggies that definitely can help us with our detoxification processes further. So I think this is a really fun conversation to be having because, if you're looking for detoxification through food, then you may pick that broccoli over that carrot next time. Or, if you're experiencing those symptoms of toxin overload, such as stubborn weight gain, headaches, lack of sleep, lack of energy, then you might reach for some of these detoxifying foods. And I think, again, the conversation always just comes back to eating real food is really what we're getting at here. There's no label. There's not going to be any additives, no harmful oils, sugars, flavors, natural flavors, all of those things. Keep it real, keep it simple. And then your body really, truly just knows what to do with it. Okay, Nikki.
I did just want to throw in a little side note because I know personally, like this was something for me as I was starting on my health journey and not really knowing where to look for information. Like, you turn to social media and you see so much information just kind of being thrown at you. And so if you are having any sort of digestive issues when it comes to eating healthy food like vegetables, some people, I know that there is a little bit of a push and a trend to say that vegetables are actually not healthy and they're causing upset, your gas and your bloating and all this stuff. At least for me, that was kind of the road that I went down. If you are getting any sort of bloating, any sort of gas and all that stuff from healthy food, then there's something else that you kind of need to be looking for. There's a gut imbalance or there's something else going on because healthy foods shouldn't be causing those issues.
Absolutely. So glad that you said that, Nikki. And actually, I experienced that as well. I really had no issues with gut health until after I gave birth to my second child. I mean, even on my lab testing, everything was clear, looked great. But then pregnancy can just bring up a lot of things in a woman's body that, it just really, it is a journey. Your body is never the same after that. So we do see it's pretty common to experience things like gut issues after pregnancy and deficiencies. But the exact same thing was happening to me. I would eat a salad. I would eat even cooked vegetables. And then it would look like, my stomach was out. I was looking pregnant. And I'm like, okay, this is a red flag. With background, I knew right away. I'm like, okay, something's going on with my gut. Ran a lab test, an at-home lab test, really that anybody can do. You would find it on our website. But it took the guesswork out of my path forward, and I was able to correct my gut imbalance, get my digestion a little more robust so that when I was eating these healthy foods, I could actually get the benefit from them. Because you're right, all these other fad diets out there, I'll pick on the carnivore diet. I'm going to come after it just for a minute. And that's because, and really, I don't want to sound like a meat hater. I actually love meat. I love red meat. I love all the meat. I'm a meat eater. I do think it is nutritious. But if you're only eating meat, of course, you're not going to have the gas and the bloat and all of those things because you have already also eliminated all these common allergens. You've already cut out things also like gluten and dairy and packaged foods, maybe if you're only eating meat. So you should see some benefit.
Yes.
But like you said, you need to have that balance. You have to eat your vegetables. As we see here, you have to be able to eat vegetables. And if you can't eat vegetables, let's get to the bottom of it. I think a lab test is the best path forward. What do you think, Nikki?
Yes, I totally agree. And that, again, is my journey. I was very into carnivore, animal-based, that whole fear of stuff. I mean, again, like I think it's very trendy right now. There's a lot of stuff on social media that I'll see, which is how I got into it, of like, oh, like kale is not good for you. Like I'm not going to say the one slogan because I'm not trying to call any certain person out, but yeah, so I was very much into you don't need veggies, you don't need any of this stuff as long as you have, you're getting a lot of your nutrients from meats, from eggs, from fruits, whatever. But really, if you're not able to eat that variety of all those healthy foods because of stuff going on digestive wise, then there's a deeper issue. And then, which is what I did, I lab tested. I have SIBO, I have a little bit of candida overgrowth, and those are, going to be things that are causing digestive discomfort. So,
and also nutritional deficiencies, because in my opinion, also, there's one way to find out if a diet is really working for you. Well, let's see if you're getting all your nutrients. Let's run a lab test, figure it out. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Let's get to the bottom of it and let's find out. Because same as you, I mean, I've experienced I've experimented with a lot of different diets. And I think a lot of people do. Once you start getting interested in health, you start, like you said, turn to the internet, try a lot of different things. So I did keto for a long time as well. And sure, I lost some weight, so maybe some inflammation, but I also wasn't eating nearly as many nutrient dense foods and vegetables that I should have been eating. And also in the same position you did. So I think the lab testing is so great because then you can just really tweak your path forward in a way that works for you and your unique needs, because what works for you is going to be different than somebody else. So
100%.
Anyways, on to what other foods will help us with our detoxification.
So number 3 is actually beets. And I do have to say, I don't eat beets very often. Maybe I need to be incorporating them into my diet more. My husband doesn't like them very much, so but I like them, so maybe I should be experimenting with them more so. But yeah, it's the beets contain beta-9, is that how you say it? A compound, but that supports liver function, bile flow, aids in the breakdown and removal of toxins. And then they're also high in antioxidants. They have that rich, purple color, which is typically an indicator of being high in antioxidants. And so that can combat oxidative stress in the body. But yeah, how would you eat your beets? You might be more experienced than me.
Well, I personally think beets taste like dirt, so I don't like to eat them very often. So the best solution for me and my family is I'm actually slightly into juicing. I got a juicer years ago, and my kids love to get in the kitchen and put things into the juicer. They think it's so fun that it turns into juice. And when we make our green juice, my kids they'll drink a little bit of it, but they're not really into it. If we make a beet juice, for some reason, they love it and they'll drink it. So
that color, they're like,
oh, it's beautiful. It's pink. And my daughter loves the color purple and all that. So they just love it. So that's one way we've gotten some beets into our diet. But in general, they're just not everybody's favorite food, and that's okay. That's why we're providing you with a list of many other options. So Nikki, what's next on the list?
Yes, next is going to be citrus fruits, which, like you said, I feel like is a little bit of an option that more people will enjoy. So think your lemons, your limes, your grapefruits, oranges. Obviously, they're rich in vitamin C, so that can boost the production of glutathione, which is really important for phase 2 liver detoxification. And they're also very high in antioxidants, so that helps with that as well. And yeah, so I mean, I put lemon on almost everything. I love it, like on chicken, on fish, in my water, whatever it is. I love adding citrus in salads. It's a salad dressings, like lemon juice and olive oil and some salt, something like that. But yeah.
Yes. Citrus is such an easy one to incorporate in your diet. So if you're feeling lost or like maybe the veggies don't sound as good right now, start with the citrus. Start with, something that sounds good to you. I mean, you have to enjoy the process for it to work. You really do. I mean, there's a little bit of, okay, I got to get over this like detox hump or you have to put in some work to get the benefit. But we also want you to enjoy your journey, and we want to make sure that you're enjoying the foods that you're eating and that you get to pick what you like to eat. So really in any of our detoxification boot camps, whether it be for the gut or for the liver, it's really important to us that we provide you with a diet guideline where you get to pick the foods that you like to eat. We don't want to tell you exactly what to eat, but we will tell you some options. And then you get to pick the veggies that sound good to you, the meat that sounds good to you, so that you can really make the journey your own. But yeah, I'm with you, Nikki. I like to add citrus to my drinks a lot of times. It's so good. Lemon goes on everything. Okay, what's the next and last food that we want to talk about today?
So the final one is garlic, which is awesome. I feel like I love garlic. I don't know a single person that doesn't like garlic, to be quite honest. But garlic is a natural detoxifier in that it contains the your sulfur amino acids. So your sulfur compounds, and that again helps with phase 2 liver detoxification, which is responsible for actually flushing out the toxins in your body. So yeah, and then obviously there's other benefits to garlic as well, as it supports your immune health, and then it also can help with inflammation. And I mean, you can add garlic to anything and it'll be better. So
I know, it will be better. I'm like, yes, more garlic anytime. Love it. Garlic powder, crushed garlic, all of it. I love all of it. So I think garlic is a really easy one to incorporate into the diet. And I think it's the benefits are just so worth it. So I think all of these are really great tips that anybody can use and get started with right away. If you have adopted some of these tips and maybe you're still not feeling your best, or if you're really ready to take it that one step further, then that's where our functional medicine 7-day liver detox bootcamp comes in handy, where we're going to spell it all out for you. We're going to make your path forward as easy as possible. And we're going to really get into phase 1 and phase 2 of detoxing and really get you feeling better in just 7 days and as quickly as possible. I literally understand how crazy that sounds. You're like, this is too good to be true. I get it. But it's great. It really works. We've done it several times. We've helped clients all over the world with this exact same detox. And, they'll experience things from better sleep, better skin health. I've had clients lose up to 10 pounds in just 7 days of weight, fat, inflammation. It's really incredible. And I think it's just so worth it. I think we're really living in a world where detoxing it's not a luxury, it's a necessity. The world is toxic and, nobody's looking after you. So you really need to find your tribe, and we hope to be that tribe for you. So if the detox or any lab testing, anything that we talked about today will be in the show notes for you. So be sure to check that out. Until next time, make sure you subscribe so you never miss an episode. Thanks, guys.
Bye.